Welcome back to Baking for Fun. Today we're making Rice Krispie treats, but with a twist. You're going to be needing half a stick of unsalted butter, which equals to 1/4 cup of unsalted butter, 4 cups of marshmallows, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 4 cups of Rice Krispie cereals. You can use any type of crispy rice cereal that you have, so 4 cups of that, 1 cup of butterscotch chips, and 1 2/4 cups of milk chocolate. We used the Chip-Its brand for both of the chocolates that we used. So for the milk chocolate, we used the whole bag. For the butterscotch chips, we had a little bit left. The first thing you're going to do is take an 8 by 8 inch square pan and you're going to lightly grease it. You can use some cooking spray or just take a paper towel with a bit of oil and just lightly grease the whole pan with that. The next thing you're going to do is take a large saucepan and you're going to put it on your stovetop on medium heat and you're going to add your butter. Okay, and we're just going to let that melt. Once your butter is completely melted, we're going to add the marshmallows. Just going to add them a little just so it doesn't splash. Okay, and we're going to melt all the marshmallows. Alright, so the marshmallows have basically all melted. Now we're going to turn off the heat and remove the whole pot off the heat. And we're going to add our vanilla. Now we added the vanilla and we're going to add all of the Rice Krispies. And we're going to mix that well, and you should use a wooden spoon because it does get thick. Okay, so we added the cereal and we mixed it until it was all blended together, and we took it out of the saucepan and we put it into our pan. Now it's going to be really sticky, so with a lightly buttered hands or lightly greased hands or a spoon that's greased, you're going to want to pat it down. And we are going to come back and show you how to add the chocolate. Okay, so we lightly patted it down to make it all leveled, and now we're going to add it to the freezer for 10 minutes, and then we're going to prepare our butterscotch mix. Okay, so now you're going to take your butterscotch chips and put it in a small saucepan on medium heat over your stovetop, and you're just going to melt them. Again, you're going to want to stir it so it doesn't burn. And we're just going to melt them. Alright, so we melted them a bit, and we just added a little tiny bit of water because it does become pretty thick, but if you just add a tiny bit of water, it will help it melt down a bit more. So we're just going to make sure everything is basically melted. It won't be like pure liquid, it'll be kind of thick. That's fine. And we're just going to come back after we're finished. Okay, so our Rice Krispies were in the freezer for about 10 minutes. Now we're going to add the butterscotch. Just put it right in the middle. Okay. We're going to spread it out as evenly as possible. And it will sink into the Rice Krispie, so don't worry about that. And it is pretty thin layer. We just want enough to cover the whole pan. And we did leave the butterscotch to cool down a bit, but not too long because you don't want it to harden back up. Okay, so we evenly put it everywhere, and we're going to put it back in the freezer for 10 more minutes, and then we're going to prepare our chocolate topping. Okay, so while our Rice Krispies are freezing again for another 10 minutes, we are going to take our milk chocolate and we put it in a microwave safe bowl or cup, and we're going to melt it in the microwave. And you want to make sure that every 30 seconds you check it, mix it a little bit, and then put it back for another 30 seconds, and we will come back and tell you how long it took to... Okay, so we melted the chocolate. You can see it's really melted now. It took 2 minutes in total, but again, in 30-minute intervals, you want to check it and mix it up a bit. It really helps to melt faster. Now we're going to take our Rice Krispies. They've been, again, in the freezer for 10 minutes. And we're just going to pour it all on it. On the top. like so. We're just going to spread it evenly. Gonna get some in that corner. Just want to cover everything. And there's going to be a lot more, so it's going to be a lot easier to spread out than the butterscotch chips. Okay, here it is. Now, what we're going to do, this time you're going to put it in the fridge, not the freezer. You're just going to put it in the fridge and let the chocolate set. And we will come back when everything is set and we will cut a piece of it so you guys can see the finished results. Okay, so we let the chocolate set for a few hours in the fridge, and this is what they look like all cut up. We got 16 pieces, but depending on how big or how small you cut them, you might get more or less. But if I showed you a piece, you can see there's the chocolate layer right in between. There's a butterscotch layer, and then there's the actual Rice Krispie. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and subscribe for more. Bye!